tell a story?
Yeah, you got a story? Go ahead. Does it require thought?
No.
All right, let's do it.
So it was the year that Poltergeist came out on the like HBO or whatever.
The original Poltergeist?
The original Poltergeist. That's how old we are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That was
And
a long
it
time
was
ago.
storming, and we were down in the rec room, which was the basement of our house because we're from up north. So
That's
everybody
what
has
you
a
do.
basement. There are no basements here.
And what you do to get rid of the kids is
You
you
put
put them
them
in the basement.
I mean, anyway. So if anybody's seen Poltergeist, they know that the TV thing where the TV is like all fuzzy and she goes and she puts her hands. Carol Ann. She goes and she puts her hands on the TV and she gets sucked into whatever dimension.
Mm-hmm. That was disturbing.
So do you remember that when we were little?
Yes, I do. And I'm in therapy
So the TV
for it.
So the TV goes out and
It's dark.
if you know me, you know I had to take this opportunity even though I was probably 8 years old.
You were young.
Yeah.
It's a little scary that you would have even.
It's a little scary that I saw Poltergeist at that age.
Yeah.
So
that's what happens in the basement. You can watch whatever you want because no one is down there.
So I go up against the television and I put my hands on it. And I just sit there and I wait. And she is screaming at me to get away from the television because I was going to get sucked into whatever other dimension.
I think you should be happy that I was even I was concerned at all. I wasn't going to come get you out after you got sucked in.
I know.
It was prevention.
I don't think you just, I just don't think you wanted that little weird lady with the plastic legs. I love
her. She was the creepiest.
She was creepier than that whole movie.
She was awesome.
Carol Ann, don't look into the light.
Don't do it. I mean, she got sort of aggressive.
Yeah.
Remember, she was yelling at them.
The bad
with
part,
the whole closet, there's like crap floating around and toys playing in the air.
The bad part about that movie is the tree that busted into the window.
Oh, that was rough.
And ate her.
Was trying to eat.
I had a tree like that outside my window.
When they let you out of the basement, you got to go to your bedroom upstairs. So the tree actually was with the boy.
Oh, well, whatever.
Yeah. The tree was eating the boy.
And I had a clown doll.
Yeah, I hated that.
And I took the head off of the clown doll and put the head underneath my bed and put its body and locked it into my closet. Because remember the clown doll?
It's kind of messed up.
That's what happens when you go to the basement and you watch all kinds
So when you're in the basement for so long.
You're 6 years old.
When you live in the north and you're in the basement, you don't get any light.
I mean,
it's not.
I read it when I was like 8. Obviously, I'm screwed in the head now.
Well, I read a lot of Sidney Sheldon, which was inappropriate for my age. And I may have earmarked certain parts to go back and reread it. Wow, that's not good. Anyway, not good. All right, so today we are actually reviewing Arson Mom. And like every review we do, it requires no thinking at all because it has to do with fire because it's arson and a mom.
Arson
right?
Mom.
Like every time there's a title, no thought.
No.
All right. So starring Julie Benz, she actually is pretty fabulous, not super famous.
I know. I don't even know who she is.
Yeah, I mean, she's not, Meredith Baxter Burney, but who is?
Or Judith Light.
I mean, no one is. Sorry.
No.
You can try. Okay, so at night, there's creepy music going on. They sort of do. Did you notice in these cheesy movies that they do a flashback? Even remember we did Death of the Cheerleader, and they do the end and in the front, and then do a flashback. They kind of did that with it too, right?
Okay.
So anyway, this movie takes place, as always, in a town where nothing happens.
Yeah.
Well, only like one thing happens. So it starts out, newspaper boys out like, I'm never going to get kidnapped. And he's like throwing the papers. And I mean, it was just, like nothing happens.
Mm-hmm.
Except one thing does happen. And I'll get to that. So anyway, Zoe is the mom. And Zoe is a police officer who is like all tech savvy, but I don't think it's actually accurate, the terms that she's using. I think it's for people who have no clue. But again, it requires no thinking. Like, you can believe everything she says, right? She'll go be like, by the proxy of the platform of the, and I'm like, I don't know.
It's like a fake it till you make it.
She's making crap up, right, is what she's doing.
I get it.
Okay, but whatever, I'm cool with that. Like, I don't want to think about it anyway. So her job is she's on the case to lure this like internet stalker guy.
So she's a detective.
I don't know what she is. I think she took a computer class and she has a couple terms and she might be a police officer. I'm not quite sure. But anyway, there's a lot of screens around her that don't look like there's really anything on them, but makes you think there's stuff on them.
Okay.
But there's big screens. Okay, so anyway, Zoe is married to a guy with an unfortunate name of Barry. Sit with that for a second. Okay, so
I don't think I could marry.
I could not marry somebody. No, we love you, Barry. We know you're out there, but I mean, Holly Berry.
Holly Berry. You could have had a Christmas theme wedding.
We could have. Could still happen, Barry.
There's always time. There's time. We're young.
No, not really. But okay, so Barry likes to spend his time drinking adult beverages at a local bar and hitting on young women half his age with daddy issues and low self-esteem.
I mean, so easy target.
Yeah, so Barry is I guess maybe what people would consider attractive. Maybe not me, but I can see that. I can see for mainstream, you know, he might be. But again, Barry, I don't know. I'm not sure. I couldn't say.
And Barry's married to Zoe.
Barry, I can't even say it. Barry is married to Zoe, and they have a little boy named Timmy. Of course, it's Timmy. Okay. So I believe Barry really is also
on these names.
It's like it was really late in the day when they named these characters. Like
they were so tired.
They were so tired. They were thinking way too hard is what the problem was. There was entirely too much thought happening. Okay, so anyway, the marriage isn't going well because Barry is doing some sketchy things. Okay. So anyway, Zoe uses her police skills and borrows her bestie's car to follow Barry. So she busted Barry at the local watering hole with a chick that's like, could be his daughter. And again, with low self-esteem. So, she was all upset. And then, the movie skips over to this weirdo guy who's sitting in this kind of computer chair. And then he's got this, like a black cloak. I don't ever get to use the word cloak. I should use it more for sure.
Cloak is, everyone should wear cloaks.
Everybody should. So it's this black cloak with a hood on it. And he's got this special black right-handed glove with like wires and stuff on it, like coming down his fingers. And it's really weird, but kind of cool at the same time. And then he's got all these screens. There's screens everywhere. And guess what? Zoe had put her picture on one of the profiles to lure the internet stalker. Risky. So what happens is it shows the cloak guy, and he pulls up a Nerf gun and looks at the screen and pulls the Nerf gun, and the Nerf bullet shoots out on the screen and hits Zoe's face. And there was really sad, like creepy music in the background. And that was the craziest, weirdest thing ever. Why?
Was it a sticky Nerf gun? Did it have a sticky dart?
Yes, it was a sticky dart.
It wasn't a regular. Okay.
It was a sticky dart. So creepy cloak guy plays with Nerf guns.
He's an adult?
I don't know. I guess we'll see about that.
Because you couldn't see his face.
That's right.
Just his
virtual
reality.
I think you're thinking too much. You need to stop thinking. Stop it.
Okay.
I
didn't get to watch it.
Anyway, so now we're back. That was weird. So we're back at Zoe Barry's house. So Barry gets in late from the bar. And Zoe's like, oh, hell no, you're not coming in. And she puts a little gold latch chain at the top. And Barry's like this buff guy. And he's like, you better let me in, Zoe. Blah, blah. And then tries to bust open. Well, she calls the police.
But she is the police.
I know. And so is he.
He is too?
He is also a police officer.
Oh, good.
So all the police that come to the scene know them, which makes it really uncomfortable for everyone.
Clearly, it's a conflict of interest.
I would think so. Okay,
They should call the sheriff's office.
Right.
Like a county.
Or the neighborhood watch. But I'm not sure if they actually have any. Can you do a citizen's arrest?
I don't think so.
Can you citizen arrest a police officer?
Clearly that one neighbor might would have had me arrested by now.
That's true. Okay, so anyway, Barry says, you are going to regret this. And he looked very angry.
Barry threatens her in front of everybody?
In front of all the police officers.
Do they ignore it because they're friends?
I think they do not arrest him. They don't.
Can you
they
get arrested
actually
for
say,
threatening somebody?
well, she said you better get out of the house, but it's his house too. So I'm a little bit confused. Maybe it was potential domestic violence. I'm not sure exactly what was happening. He didn't touch her and she didn't touch him, but he was trying to get in the house and she told him to get out.
I've never been involved in a domestic violence dispute, so I really don't know the rules, but I feel as though he shouldn't have had to go. But
yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure how that was.
I'm not saying that it's okay.
I'm
not.
Not, because she did not feel safe.
Yeah.
Okay. So now we're at the police station. When, this guy or whatever they're tracking, right? They're trying to track this guy. They got all the technical words, like they're saying, proxy and platform. And it seems awkward, like they're trying to throw in some of these words. So I don't know if somebody took a computer class that put this together. They had, some movie consultant. I don't think that's probably the case.
Maybe they Googled it.
They could have Googled it. I don't know. But anyway, so I think they're just making up crap, basically. So they figure out, like, with all these coordinates, where the stalker is. And they all come, like, charging this house, right? They're, like, busting this house, and they're like this, and they're like this, right?
All for an internet stalker?
Yes. And guess what? He was sitting there with his black cloak and his creepy glove.
And the dark gun?
I didn't see the dark gun, but I'm sure he had it. I mean, my gosh, come on. I'm not thinking this guy maybe had any friends. So anyway, it turned out that he was like 16.
Was he the internet stalker though?
I think so. I don't think like he was actually going to ask a girl out, so he just stalked them instead.
How do you stalk some? I understand like stalking people on the internet. I
think
don't
you're
have any
thinking-
social media, so I don't stalk people on the internet.
I think
However,
you're thinking too much.
but when is it considered stalking? If you're just like, if you're out there and you have all your crap on social media and you're like, selfie, posting, give me a like.
I don't
And
know.
then,
I mean, I guess
at what
that's
point is it stalking? Because
maybe
you put your shit out there
maybe
for everybody
threatening.
to see anyway.
Maybe threatening.
Oh,
Maybe there were some threats. Okay, so anyway, Zoe was like, Barry, you're served. And she wants full custody in the house and everything. So Barry is getting really, really upset.
well,
Okay.
yeah.
I mean, obviously. But Zoe's upset too. Again, has every right to be. All right. So anyway, it's nighttime and both Zoe and Timmy are out. And a guy in a black hoodie thing was not a cloak
Hoodie.
because there's a big difference between a black hoodie and a cloak. Right?
Yeah, I wear hoodies all the time, but I'm not a weirdo and wear a cloak.
I would wear a cloak if I had one.
Would you wear a crushed velvet cloak?
Yes.
I don't even know you.
What about gold lame? A
Gold lame fanny pack.
I would wear that for sure.
I would definitely wear that.
So anyway, for some reason, this guy in this black hoodie jacket thing comes to the house, goes into Zoe's tea canister, like knows exactly where it is in the cabinet, takes it down, and they're in these like netted things, right? I mean, it's not like loose tea. It's in this like netted.
It's in a tea bag.
Is that called a tea?
We're coffee
A
drinkers.
netted thing. A netted thing. Yeah, a tea bag. Okay, whatever.
That's
show
not
off.
thinking
Show
for you.
off. That's a lot of not thinking.
That is a lot of not thinking.
Okay, so anyway, so replaces them. So Zoe comes home and she makes her tea like she always does.
Right.
That's her like her thing. She like makes her little tea kettle and she takes her little, netted thing, whatever you want to call it, and she makes it, right?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Well, all you see is a flying cigarette butt. And the whole house was like, well, Zoe, what happened was Zoe passed out from the tea.
Oh.
And the hooded guy also took the batteries out of the smoke detectors. And then he just flipped that cigarette and it was like in flames.
I wonder what the tea was. I need to get some of that.
You're going to find out. Don't think too much. Okay, so anyway, Zoe wakes up to some smoke, thank God. And she's like crawling out towards the hallway to Timmy's room.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a sign on the door that says Timmy's room.
Timmy's room.
Going up in flames.
Is Timmy in the room?
Timmy is in the room sleeping. He's supposed to be in the room sleeping. Okay, so anyway, she can't get there. She passes out. Right? So the firemen show up.
So she passed out twice?
Yes.
First from the tea.
First from the tea.
Second
and then
from maybe carbon monoxide?
Probably. I'm not a firefighter. I don't know what you call it.
You don't know what you call tea bags either.
I think it's smoke. She passed out from the smoke. I had an iron infusion just this afternoon, actually. And didn't even get home until
totally fine.
late. So I don't have enough blood. Okay, so here we go. They bring out Timmy's body.
Oh, God.
I know. I mean, like, nothing is worse than like a dying kid. Like, that's the worst thing ever. I can't even imagine. Okay, so
I can't watch TV shows anymore.
I know, because that's the thing.
I've gone
I
from
would
like
crawl in there.
I've gone
on
from
fire
Poltergeist and being completely okay with it to like not even be able to watch TV.
So is this Don't Have Kids show, or
yeah,
it'll ruin your viewing experience?
Among us.
But no, seriously, when you think about, we would be on fire and still go get our cat. Like it would be like all sense out the window for sure. And kids out the window. I would
But you're
push
drugged
them.
up.
Yeah, that's true too. Be careful about your tea bags. Okay, so
I'm never drinking tea again.
I don't drink tea, so screw y'all.
Oh, babe.
Okay, so then guess who they think did it?
Barry.
Zoe.
Barry is the obvious choice.
No.
Barry wasn't there. Barry is a cop and he knows how to do shit. And then Zoe was drunk on tea.
No.
And
it was
carbon monoxide.
Zoe gets arrested because guess what? When Zoe went to the hospital after the fire, they tested her blood.
For what?
Which came back with sleeping pills, alcohol, and nicotine.
Nicotine? They're worried about nicotine?
Well, the fire was
started
by
I can walk down
cigarette.
the street and knock on some door in this affluent area and be like, "Hey,
affluent." That's funny.
We're gonna test you," and half those moms will have more shit in their bloodstream.
Probably, but this is the thing. She had taken sleeping pills. They think that she dropped the cigarette when she fell asleep from drinking and taking sleeping pills. And she's like, I quit smoking like 6 months ago.
But she had nicotine in her system.
And they were like, you're a liar because there's nicotine in your system. And she's like, I swear I stopped smoking. So I was like, all smokers are going to get in trouble.
Maybe she uses the patch. Or the gum.
Maybe. But somebody smoked a cigarette. Cigarettes are dangerous.
For so
Don't
many
smoke.
reasons.
Don't smoke. Don't do it. I mean, I tried. I couldn't do it right, so I didn't even bother.
I smoked for a really long time. It was gross.
I tried to. I was in this bar. I think I was 21 or 22, and I was hanging out with my friend Kim. And there is this, remember in college, I was like super into, I was a giant nerd studying constantly. And the opposite, I wanted to go out with guys who are long-haired forestry majors that had like zero ambition.
Oh, I mean, I wouldn't say zero ambition. They were very interested in food and finding good grass. I mean, that's a
motivator right there. So anyway, I was really liking this super long-haired hippie guy that was hanging out there. I know it's so hard to believe that, yeah. And he was a long time ago. And so I was like, I knew he smoked. And I thought, my friend Kim smoked, so she offered me a cigarette. And I'm like, then I will smoke, and then he'll probably like me. Ew, I know. That sounds so horrible. You're so stupid when you're that young. Okay, so anyway, what I did was, I'm like, oh, yeah, that's cool. I'll have a cigarette. Like, I was acting like, whatever. I do this every day. What? Huh?
You don't even look like a smoker.
I don't even know what that means. How do you look
Some
like a smoker?
Some people just look like they smoke.
So anyway, the lighter, the flicky lighter?
A Bic lighter?
A Bic lighter. And how you press down on the side, right?
Yeah.
And you light it, and then you like put the cigarette in your mouth, right? I've seen people do it. But what I did was I picked it up like this instead. And then when I pressed down on the top, It flew up. I was on the bar stool, by the way, and he was the bartender. So he got the complete full slow motion view of this. So like this, and it flipped, and it flew up behind me and hit the ground. And so my friend Kim took the cigarette out of my hand and said, yeah, I just don't think that this is going to work out for you. He never did ask me out. He probably still works there. He was like 10 years older than me or something. Okay. Anyway, so what happened was they arrested her because they're like, you did it. You set the whole house on fire and killed your kid. Okay, so she has completely lost her freaking mind, of course. Her lawyer bails her out. Okay. So she's a police officer, so she's going to go try to find the guy who's responsible for this, right? She's going to solve the crime.
For murder?
I don't know, but she did. Don't think about it too much. Okay, so she gets bailed out, and she's going to find the culprit here. Okay? So anyway, then she breaks in the police officer, whatever, to use all her computer strategies, her computer stuff, and she gets arrested for breaking into the police officer station. So then she gets arrested again, but then guess what? She escapes. I can't even make this up. She escapes. Okay, she's so hardcore. All right. So anyway, she escapes, and then she goes through a homeless guy's shopping cart and finds a dirty red wig. So then she goes into this trashy bathroom and starts cutting this wig. Like, it's disgusting. And by the time she's done, which takes about 5 seconds, and where she got the scissors, I have absolutely no idea.
Yeah, so did the homeless person have the scissors?
I don't know, maybe. I mean, there's so much up in the air right now. So she cuts it, and she's like Edward Scissorhands, and all of a sudden, she looks amazing. She's like this amazing redhead.
There's no such thing.
You don't
as an
believe
amazing
that? I didn't know that. Sorry. Barry had red hair. Oh my gosh. Okay, so anyway, just like she cuts this like super cute cut. Like maybe she does hair on the side where she's not police officering or whatever. I mean, it was like amazing. Okay, so anyway, she looks great. She's got a ball cap on, and she is going to an internet cafe to use the internet. For some reason, and I don't get this, she starts searching the web, and she finds that Barry was on the scene of a car accident where a little boy had died not long before the fire. So then she breaks into the medical examiner's office to compare some dental records.
She can read dental records?
She can. She can do everything.
Hell hath.
I know.
Hath no fury.
You go, Zoe. Okay, so anyway, after comparing, even though she's not a medical examiner, after comparing the dental records, she figures out that her Timmy is actually alive. That wasn't even Timmy. I know. Does it blow your mind?
I feel inadequate as a human being because I don't think that I could do all of that. I know like superpowers kick in and all that other crap, but like I couldn't examine dental records. And I'm probably way more qualified than she is.
Didn't you work at a dental office, or is it eye office?
I've been in the
eye offices. Those are like kind of the same thing, right? I mean, I can probably I can probably read them.
Later.
Just saying. Okay. So anyway. So what ends up happening is she goes back to the internet stalker's house and recruits him to help her. The kid in the cloak. She needs his help.
Did he not go to jail for stalking?
No. Okay, so she goes back and is like, I need your help, you creepy kid. And he's like, that's cool. Okay. Right? And so then they somehow locate Barry at a motel because Barry has said, you know what, guys?
I mean, Barry was probably a regular at that hotel anyway.
It probably was close to the bar. Okay, so he may have had points. I don't know if they had points
at weekly stay hotels.
I think it was hourly.
Hourly, sorry.
So,
hourly rate.
If you buy 10 hours, you get an hour for free. Oh, God. I don't know. I honestly, I don't know. I mean, it probably does. Bonus. 15-minute bonus.
You get free quarters for the bed massage.
Ew. What if they still have those?
No way.
Remember you put a quarter in it,
yeah.
If you're younger than 40, you probably have no clue what we're talking about. Okay, so anyway, she pipes the video. She hacks in to the video of the hotel and then has it directly stream into all the screens in the police station. So the police are like, what's going on? What's happening? There's Zoe. We got to go arrest her. What motel is this? We don't know. Okay. And so they're watching in real time as this is going down. So Barry goes to the bathroom. Barry's in there for a while. And Zoe comes in and is like, Timmy, mommy's here. We're going to play a game of hide and seek from daddy. We got to go. And so she gets Timmy out. Well, Timmy's like, I'm not going anywhere without Officer Teddy.
Officer Teddy?
Yeah, he has a teddy bear that is dressed as a police officer. And I mean, this isn't the best time for this kid to have attitude. Do you know what I mean? She's like, Timmy, get in the car. And he's like, no, not without Officer Teddy. I would have picked him up and threw him in there.
Yeah. She's just like, get in the car. I'm like, get your ass in the car. And you pick him up and you put him in the car.
You do. You throw him in there. But she did not make that choice. So she goes back to the room where Barry is and to go get Officer Teddy. And then they're like pulling weapons on each other and doing all this crazy stuff. Well, guess what she does? She turns on her video on her phone and manages to have it up on all the screens I know. It's like, I mean, I can't. I just don't even understand how she did this. And guess what? He confesses. And all the police station people know it's on video that Barry confesses. It's right in her pocket. She gets everything.
It's amazing.
I know. So they're like, fighting. Whatever. Anyway, so she gets her kid out, and Barry comes flying behind him, and there's this car, right? And so Zoe's like, your son Timmy is in that car right there. She was like, you know what? Something like, you're not going to get him either. And guess what she does? She shoots the gas tank of the car, and the car blows up in the parking lot.
Is that considered arson?
I don't know. But she blew up the car. The hood flies off, or the trunk lid.
Trunk? Pretty high budget movie.
Flies everywhere. And Barry like drops to the ground. He's like, Timmy,
Oh, Barry.
Timmy, you know, because she burned Timmy up. He burned Timmy up, and then she burned Timmy up.
Timmy's getting burned.
So what happened was Zoe turned around and she goes, Barry, now you know how it feels.
Oh, Zoe.
So Zoe wasn't actually just going to go like and run away. Like she had to go out with, you are also going to know how it feels to have your kid burned up.
Well, I mean, yeah.
I don't know. Timmy was hiding behind a dumpster. And then it was all good. Barry was arrested. Like it all ended up working out, right?
That wasn't enough for her just to get Barry.
It wasn't. I mean, she was pissed. She was really pissed off.
I mean, I
like these
understand.
police officers are very creative. Okay, so anyway, the movie ends. Zoe and Timmy are frolicking in a green space. Like this park area, right?
Uh-huh.
They're playing with their new dog named Bamboo. And I think it's a Lasso Opso. Maybe?
Lhasa Opso?
Lopso Opso.
No. Lhasa Opso?
Who made that up? Lapso Osso.
I have a pug.
That's it. That's very simple. I have my mutt. Even more simple. Okay, so that is the story of Arson Mom.
Yeah,
Yay!
but she's not an arson mom.
But they thought she was.
That title was misleading.
So if you give up smoking, no one will believe you. I think is the moral of the story. I also think that if you're going to do something really mean to someone, that's a lot of effort to somehow put nicotine sleeping pills inside of a net tea thing.
Tea bag.
And put it in the can. Like that just seems over the top to me. Does that not seem? And then take a poor dead boy's body
I bet
and
she
then
was
put
feeling
it in
pretty
the
good for a while.
fire. I think she was. And to put it in a fire and like this is just so crazy. Don't you think it's just a little crazy?
Barry.
Is it because his name's Barry? Is that what was his downfall truly? Was he destined to do something so crazy?
You know, I don't know about Barry. I really don't. I feel like it's a lot of effort on both their parts though.
Well, Barry is
and they're police officers.
They are. And Barry, the job is stressful. That's a stressful job.
I mean, I guess.
But Barry, who is a police officer who's also sort of beefcakey, it's not gonna be good for him in jail.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Really should have thought about that, Barry.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll see you in the next review. Plus, don't forget to send us $10.
Or $1.
Yeah, like $10. Editing, that kind of thing. Adult beverages.
Coffee.
Adult beverages and coffee.
Yes, please.
Little Kahlua. Perhaps. All right, see you later.
Bye.